Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. So if you guys would like to see me install this wig from Megalook Hair, 26-inch balayage highlights, okay, transparent lace, and see how I styled it, like, because I definitely got out of my comfort zone with this one. So if you guys would like to see, keep on watching. So starting off, I have my braids slicked back in a bun because, yeah, these braids are super old, but I'm listening to the SZA album while I'm doing this. I'll have to rate it like a 4 out of 10. I wasn't really feeling it. It was really sad, really soppy, and we're not trying to be on that wave. Like, I'm not an insecure bitch, and I hope you guys aren't either. No shade to SZA, but anyways, back to the cap. So I've got the cap on. This is a HD cap. This is a new version of caps that the wig companies are sending out now. So you guys will be getting this if you guys purchase from them or any company. I think nowadays, like, this is the upgraded version, but I am using my red Ebon Wonder lace spray on my cap, smoothing that out with my finger, you know, real slight, real easy, nothing crazy. So yeah, we're just smoothing that out right in front of our hairline, a little bit on our edges because it will not damage it, and yeah, just tapping that in so it won't move around too much. Then using some of my Erica J glue around the sideburns, well, my sideburns, because yeah, my caps do not be laying flat if I don't use glue on the sides. If you know, you know. So yeah, I'm doing that. I'm using my Blow Pro blow dryer to blow dry this down until it is completely dry. It's going to take a minute, but I'm blow drying it on a cool high so it can dry down without moving it around, or, you know, so it can stay down. So now that that's dried down, I'm taking my little scissors here and I'm cutting that cap right off. Yeah, it's real self-explanatory here because you're going to be able to see where to cut off the cap and where you should. You can see the line of demarcation. So yeah, you want to just cut your cap off just like this. To blend this cap into our skin, make it give scalp like we're bald, no hair in sight, I'm using this makeup brush in my RD15 Ruby Kisses Cream Foundation. And usually I pack it on, but I'm like, this cap is HD. Let me just kind of slap it on there slightly. It looks like I'm being rough, but I'm really not. Usually I'll be going crazy with it. But yeah, it looks real good per. Yeah, bald. So now here is the wig. This is the inside of the wig. Comes with a strap. It also comes with combs in the inside, but I cut those off to give me a flatter install. Shout out to whoever told me that on TikTok, because that was super clutch, very clutch information, because who doesn't love a flat wig, a flatter wig at that? Y'all know I'm big on the flatness of the wig. So yeah, now that it's on, I'm cutting around my ear tabs, making sure that those are off before I actually install it, just so I can know exactly how to map out my glue when I put it on. So yeah, and it just is a more comfortable fit for when you're installing your wig. So this is what it looks like. I low-key kind of over plucked it, but we'll get into that later. For now, I took the wig off and I'm using my Sephora alcohol in a cotton pad, and I'm cleaning off my skin of all oils, makeup, all that extra shit that will fuck up the install, okay? Because we don't have time for that. We need this glue to stick to this lace so it can be a smooth process of an install. So I'm using my Erica J Hold Me Down glue, and I'm just really applying this around my cap, directly around my cap, and then smoothing it out with this popsicle stick. This is how I really get the perfect placement for my wigs. I keep it really close to my cap and smooth it out towards the side, and then pushing it in the front though, so it won't fit or like sit so high on my forehead, because I do have a bigger forehead. And even though I like to keep my forehead looking like mine, I don't really like how it would sit all the way back there, so I kind of keep it forward in the front. I did 4 layers of glue, in which each layer I take my blow dryer and blow dry it on a cool high setting, because warm setting will kind of make the glue not sticky, because it's warm and it's kind of messing with the texture of the glue, so it won't stick. So it has to be a cool setting, guys. Make sure to do that, and high, so that it can, you know, do it fast. We don't want to be sitting here all day. Also, when applying glue, you don't want to use a lot. You want to use a thin amount so that, one, it won't get messy and you don't have too much to move around, but also so it can dry down faster and give you a clear finish, because that's what you want. You want the glue to be clear, not white at all, and tacky. That's how you're going to know to move on to the next layer, is when it is clear and tacky, as you guys can see here what that looks like. So I apply more to the sides because I've realized when I apply glue to the side, like where I'm doing it now, I'm not going to explain that because you guys see, it like helps with, okay, how to explain this? It helps with the placement of the wig. Like I get more sideburn, more scalp towards my ears. So definitely make sure to apply glue to your cap right next to your ear, how I did. If you want to go back to see how I did that, go back to see how I did that. But now that the wig is on, I'm kind of just placing this exactly where that glue is, not kind of, but for surely. And I'm pressing my hand to really get it pressed into that glue. Now the thing about this wig, which I've been saying in my past videos, it's big as fuck. It's humongous. Like this lace was extremely big, so I kind of had to finesse and really try to press it in, and also using my blow dryer and my comb to get that glue really stuck into the lace too, because yeah, it was really big. Like I hate that for me because the wig don't be laying as flat as I would like it to, even though I be getting it right because I know what I'm doing. But it is definitely not fun when you have a wig that is too big. But I let that sit for 12 minutes, and now we're back, we're here, and this is what it looks like. It looks good. So now it is time to cut off this lace. Before I take my razor, I like to take my scissors and cut 2 pieces right on the sides, so I can cut a piece in the middle and then both on these sides, just for a cleaner cut and more focus. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's really the 2 reasons, the 2 core reasons. So I'm taking my eyebrow razor and shaving this lace off kind of in an upward motion. I usually would say do a zigzag motion, but since it's a razor, it's kind of already going to be jagged anyways. So yeah, you guys, that is what I'm doing. So usually I take my scissors to cut off extra lace, so that is what I'm doing here. But I don't recommend cutting it straight across because that kind of makes the lace look unnatural, and that's why it is very important to get it right the first time and just use the eyebrow razor, because cutting it with scissors in the front, at least now I can do this on the sides because you can't tell, but right in the front you can tell like the straight line demarcation. So don't recommend doing that, but I did it and it did look that bad. But yeah, perfectionist reasons, don't do it. I'm taking some more glue though to lay down those extra pieces, a thin layer, and I use the back of my edge brush to apply that glue, or smooth out that glue I should say. Yeah, thin layers, because this wasn't the thinnest layer, but yeah, don't do what I did here. Use a thin amount so it can dry down quickly. You don't need that much. But yeah, I'm just pressing that in with my finger once that's dried down, cutting some more of that extra lace off that we don't need. And now I'm taking this fluffy makeup brush with my RD15 cream foundation and just fluffing that around and smoothing that around the lace so it can melt even more. Like with melting, it's 3 melts you have to do, okay? Not just 1, not just 2, 3 for the scalp effect that you would want. So I'm using my Red Ebon Wonder lace spray and I'm tapping this into my lace, like directly onto the lace, kind of on my skin, because it's going to do that anyway. Like it's liquid, it's going to touch it. So did that, wrap that back up with my elastic band, and we're going to let that sit while I'm styling this hair. So I'm mapping out how I want this to lay, how I want the ponytail to lay, and how much hair do I want into the ponytail. So that's what I did. That is what I came up with, and I'm hot combing the hair out that isn't going to be in the ponytail, and also the hair that's going to be in the ponytail, to really smooth everything out before I actually make the ponytail a ponytail. Kind of going deeper into the part, making it more perfect, not perfect, perfecting it more. So yeah, I'm pulling out my baby hairs. You guys kind of zoomed into that part because I kind of didn't record me pulling out the baby hairs, but I pull out my baby hairs pretty much the same in every video. Even though I'm doing a ponytail, it's not really any different, but you guys still see what I'm doing here. Really just pulling out the perfect amount of baby hairs for this look, not too much, not too little. I'm plucking out some hairs of these baby hairs only on this side because I could tell that this was thicker than the other side, and I told y'all how my baby hairs have been thick and I don't like that shit. So basically I just tried to make it as even as possible and pulled out a thin amount. So yeah, I have those wrapped up again, and I'm taking my Red Ebon Wonder lace spray and a fine tooth comb to get this ponytail stationed and molded. Like this shit really molded it, but Honestly, I don't recommend using the spray because it does get crunchy. I would recommend using Got to Be Glued spray or Sebastian hairspray, but this is all I had at the moment. I'm using my Care wax stick to smooth out this hair even further and let it lay even flatter. So, and I also applied that to where the ponytail is going to be as well. So I'm taking my hair tie. I would recommend using actual rubber bands, like 2 or 3, but the ones I was using kept popping, so I took this instead. But the reason why I don't recommend using that, matter of fact, we'll get into that later. Let's focus on the ponytail. So you really want to get it tight. Okay, y'all see how I'm pulling it, but keeping it tight and in station. Like, this is what you have to do. But the slickness of the hair and how we molded it is helping it get into that ponytail and keeping it flat and tight. So, but you do want to make sure you're using your arm strength to really get that ponytail correct. So that is what it looks like. Using my hot comb around the edges, not the edges, but around the ponytail to flatten it out even more, and using the back of the hot comb because it's hot there too. So yeah, just smoothing that out even more, which it definitely helped. And I'm taking a strand, I can't really tell you how much this is, but you guys can see how much it is by looking at it, and I'm wrapping it around the ponytail. Now I will tell you guys why I would not recommend using a hair tie for this, because it's just bulky. Like, the finish of the hair tie was bulky, and wrapping it around and making it look super sleek was hard, even though I managed to do it. But it would be a lot easier if you use an actual rubber band, so you can get it around the band a lot smoother and a lot easier, rather than having to struggle like how I was to get around the hair tie with it looking smooth at the same time, because it was a little, you see that, like, the hairs aren't smooth around it, but that's okay. I'm telling y'all what to do instead. So now I'm taking a bobby pin to clip that in place so it can stay, and that did the trick. Taking some more of that Ebon Wonderlay spray, spraying that around, and then my blow dryer on a heat setting, not cool this time, but heat, so it can mold. And yeah, got that right in place, and it definitely lasted just like that. But now we have this band off, and I'm cutting off these baby hairs. Usually use a razor, but I honestly prefer using scissors now, just because it's easier to do and it gives me a really clean cut. And I really liked how these baby hairs came out, so I'm cutting them right above my eyebrow. You guys know that's how I like to do it. That's how I get the perfect length. And I'm taking my Kiss Pro flat iron in 1/2 inch and curling the baby hairs in the front upwards, letting it boom just like that, and then under for my sideburns, because I just like the way that looks, y'all know. And now I'm using my Nairobi holding foam and my edge brush here. This new edge brush that I have is real clutch. It's real cool. I got it from the hair store, my local hair store. But yeah, you guys, I'm just using my C motions and my finger to help mold these baby hairs in place, and also molding it into the lace to give it that super natural look. But you guys will get that if you cut it the way that I cut it regardless, and map them out regardless, because you know what I'm saying, like the length of the baby hairs, not the length, but the width, I should say. The width of the baby hairs is long enough to actually go into the lace of the hairs. But this is me kind of bringing it into the front more, because this was a ponytail and I wanted it to look more like, you know, aligned with the ponytail. So I pushed it more towards the front. But yeah, guys, this is me doing these sideburns, kind of flipping it with my finger to give it a extra curl, extra swoop, and I'm just repeating the same thing on this side. Okay, so usually since I just sit here and let y'all watch me do my baby hairs, this is the perfect time for me to tell y'all the good news that I had to tell y'all in my next video, which here we are. So you guys, I got monetized finally. Yeah, I told y'all previously that I was not getting paid for my videos, which is really crazy, huh? To think that I have been on here motivating, inspiring for 4 years with no pay behind it. But those days have ended and it's over. So now, you guys, we are going to get into the bleaching tutorials, the in-depth tutorials, the vlogs, any type of content other than hair that you guys would like to see from me and that I would like to create is coming 2023. So yeah, that was the good news. I just had to tell y'all that, because I know y'all was real like, what the fuck, like, how are you not getting paid? I know, crazy, but you ain't have to worry about that no more, and it's about to be up. So anyways, back to this install. I just finished straightening out this hair. You guys know I like to straighten out my hair on my mannequin head before actually putting the wig on. And I'm using RD15 that was left over on that makeup brush to help it look more natural. But this is really the end of the tutorial. Like, this was super quick and a fun style to do. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys learned something. Make sure to check the description box for more information on this hair and more information on me. Okay, and yeah, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next one.